Mike, water.
Adrian, heart.
Team, earth.
Resz, fire.
Food, wind.
And we are Resz! And this is my 3, 6, 1.
Words. Describe your music.
One words.
In one word. Your own words. Describe your music. Powerful. I think that's a good word.
One word.
Musical idols and why. Listen to Blur a lot. I never told you guys this, but it came on the radio earlier, and I was like, oh my god, flashbacks.
OMG. Influences. I'd have to say Stevie Ray Vaughan, George Clinton, Funk Machine.
George Clooney.
No, George Clinton,
Oh.
the godfather of funk. Pearl Jam, Soundgarden.
Like Eddie Vedder, Scott Weiland, Stone Temple Pilots, Chris Cornell, Lynn Staley. Those guys, they're very dark and poetic. So I like more non-literal meanings and just metaphor. Get like really deep into the music.
The biggest step that I took when growing up as a young appreciator, music, was Matchbox 20. What they did when they came out, that was really turned me on to some heavier sounds, even though it wasn't that, wasn't that bad. Tool, ultimately, I would say, would be my influence down the band. Danny Carey, the drummers, definitely a major influence in my playing.
We were looking for a one-word solution to a band name, so we were all trying to find one word that kind of summed up what we wanted to do. And the band ended up being kind of a solution to all our problems at the time. So we liked the word resolution, like a resolution to something. Figured the word was too long, so we tried R-E-Z. I'm going to spell it Resz, but somebody beat us at punch for that name, so we spelled it R-E-S-Z, pronounced it the same. So that's how we got that one.
Apparently when you say it as a last name, there's like some
People up in Michigan or something like that have that last name, and it's actually pronounced Reese, like the Reese's peanut butter cup.
We want to give them a shout out.
Yeah. They reached out to us, so it's pretty cool.
We didn't even know it was somebody's last name,
They
until
messaged
years
us.
after we actually named the band this.
They contacted us.
And one of the
related
things,
to us?
one of the things we learned, before we found them and their last name, was that in Hungarian the name itself means to be a part of something whole. So we thought that was pretty fitting for a band.
We've been together for about 4 years now. It'll be 4 years this year, with the exception of Mr. Michael over here. It's been like a year.
I don't like
Get on
it.
the side.
These two guys were jamming together in high school, and then they met up again after a few years again. They saw Adrian playing at an open mic, and I had met Adrian a couple weeks before that, and then they started jamming together. And I wanted to ask Adrian if he wanted to be in a band with me. He said that he was already playing with a group of guys and invited me in. I started playing, and that's that. Here we are.
Pretty much he piggybacked on our band.
Yeah, I just free ride,
Not invited.
Yeah.
not invited.
I was a scout at the time.
And I actually found these guys through Craigslist.
Craigslist, yeah.
They had just lost their previous bass player because he moved out of town, and I was new to town, and everybody was looking for a bass player. So I was like, hey, I got a bass. Let's jam. Let's see what happens. And I've been with these guys for like going on 2 years now.
It took a little time to call him daddy. You wanted daddy already.
Shut up.
Right?
Oh, my most embarrassing experience on stage with this band was like our first real show. We had just gotten together. It was our first big show at Texas A&M. There was something going on.
Oh.
And we practiced really, really hard for the show and showed up, and I didn't have a guitar amp at the time, so I was using this little piece of junk amp, and I ended up borrowing an amp from somebody. Either way, the setup we had just ended up not working, and there was just literally no sound coming out of our speakers the entire first half of our show, and then it started cutting in and out, and we just did the best we could and tried to rock it anyways, but for me, that was the most embarrassing time.
He started plugging it into my stuff.
And it just ended up that my guitar wasn't working at all. So at first it was his not working, and then mine just quit working, period. And I was just pretending that I was playing the whole time. It was actually
I don't know. I wore boxers on stage before.
Yeah, you did
In
live
a
out
public.
there. Favorite song to play? Crosshairs.
Crosshairs.
This guy, he wrote a song called "To the End."
Oh, me.
Yeah, I like that song a lot, and also "Leave Me for Dead." A lot, I don't know, just kind of hits you.
Did somebody sing Michael Jackson?
No.
Crosshairs. That's a lot of fun.
I agree. I like to paint stuff.
Every second month, I plant roses, and I like to tinker with instruments. Like if it's broken, I like to try and take it apart and fix it. Usually I just make it worse.
And then he gives it to me.
Yeah, and then I give it to this guy to try to fix.
I hope that
Hopefully in your
we can
future.
start. Yeah, we can start being together. Maybe
Day night.
touring a little bit and spreading out. Just not here in Corpus and Kingsville, Cal Allen, surrounding areas.
We've been around the 361 area for a long time.
It's time to get
Well,
out.
we think it's a long time, but I mean, a lot of people say
Well,
we're
yeah.
kind of new to the industry still, since we've only been
It'll be
together
like
for 4
Mike,
years.
Adrian, Pete, Rick, Phil,
I
and we
wanna
are
be
Resz.
Mike. I don't know if I can go through with that. Right?
No, let's do it. Let's
We
do
should
it.
all
Let's do
change
it.
our
I got hard.
Okay, what are you gonna say? And we are Resz.
This is my
and then
361
Adrian
live.
says, and this is my 360. We're not gonna say
No,
that.
we are Resz,
And
and this is my 361 live.
Should we?
They're
too small.
You should know what to do with it.
Okay. Name. Element.
Look, water, heart, earth, wind, or fire, wind. Okay.
Gotta do it fast.
Come on, Mike, for
Come on,
real.
man.
Come on, fucking serious.
Mike, water.
Adrian, heart.
Pete, Earth.
Rick, fire.
Phil, wind.
And we are Resz. On my 361.
Live, baby.
One more time.
Aw.